read to me the nameplate?
Judge Eboni K. Williams.
So the only thing that matters in this particular courtroom is how I see it. I am from North Carolina by way of Louisiana with some West Coast cool and a New York edge. Do we have a problem, ma'am?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Equal justice is all about the most important values of our country: freedom, integrity, and those are the things that I'm striving for. Ma'am, you run your household, this man gets to run his. I decided to become an attorney and pursue the law. I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. This court cannot hold this woman accountable. People from all sectors of life, black, white, purple, gay, straight, queer, and that's what equal justice with Judge Eboni K. Williams is all about.
Stacy Powers claims she fractured her ankle while popping out of a cake at a bachelor party and says the defendant should pay her medical bill. Mark Frank says it's not his fault that the plaintiff tripped and fell getting out of the cake.
Ladies and gentlemen, I see I've got Stacy Powers here as my plaintiff, Mark Frank as the defendant. Ms. Powers, you're suing Mr. Frank here for $825. What brings you to court today?
I'm here because I'm a trained dancer and professional entertainer. I was hired by Mark to do a pop-out routine, a pop-out cake routine for a bachelor party. Unfortunately, I came out of the cake and it was lifted up as I was in the cake, and unfortunately I slipped and fell coming out.
The cake was lifted up?
Yes.
As you were coming out Marilyn Monroe style?
In the beginning, I was on the floor in the cake, and I didn't know that I was going to be lifted up and placed onto a coffee table.
Was this a birthday party?
It was a bachelor party.
Bachelor party. How did you go about finding her services?
Well, when I went to buy the cake, the person who sold it to me actually could refer me to...
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
Okay. So you contacted Ms. Powers, and what was the rate in which you let him hire you, ma'am? What was the hireable rate?
So it was a prepayment of $150, and then $150 before, and then $150 after, and that does not include the tips.
Okay, so $300 is the flat rate with a $150 deposit, which you received.
Yes.
He still owes you $150.
Yes.
And you feel you don't need to pay the $150.
I do not.
And why is that?
Because the agreed upon terms were that she was going to be there dancing, and she was not able to fulfill that. She came late.
But
how late?
About 20 minutes, and I did apologize, but that does not excuse the unsafe conditions that were made for me.
So you're conceding the late piece, but you're saying that there were conditions that were hazardous to you?
Yes.
And what would those be?
I was originally in the cake, I was on the floor, and I felt myself being lifted, and then as soon as the song went on, I popped out of the cake as we rehearsed or talked about. I came out, was trying to step out of the cake, and instantly slipped and fell.
Did you get hurt when you fell?
Yes, I heard an instant pop in my ankle, and I wasn't really able to move. It was in serious pain.
Hence why you were not able to complete the obligation of the dancing piece. Now, you referenced an agreement. You have a contract?
Yes, we do.
So give the folder to Elijah here, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Performance contract between Ms. Powers, Mr. Frank. Call time is 9:30. Start performing at 10. And what was the expected, let me get your opinion on this, Mr. Frank. How long did you think this was going to last?
So in the contract, it stipulates 45 minutes of a performance.
Okay.
Or 4 songs.
Oh, I do see that here. Yes, total number of dances, 4 songs. You paid the booking fee. She agreed to that. You're saying there was a failure of performance. She's saying, I can't perform because I'm hurt. So let's talk about what is being disputed. This hoisting up of the cake, which you say you did not have any idea was going to happen.
No.
So whose idea was that, Mr. Frank?
Well, I mean, we wanted it to be visible. It didn't make sense to have the cake on the ground, just for the sake of...
How big was the cake? I'm just wondering. Like her height or taller or?
I would say about half height.
Okay, so talk to me about how this works. I've never been in a cake, ma'am. Are you like, I don't know, scrunched down in the cake? How does this work?
Normally, yeah, I just kind of step down a little bit and squeeze into the cake. Usually it's not so hard because they're a little bit better. This was a cheaper and smaller cake, which usually I'm not used to. I'm not really sure how
What
much
did we say
you
about
paid
that,
for
Mr.
it.
Frank? Were you trying to cut corners? Were you on a strict budget? What's going on? Why the cake's so
I mean, we
cheap?
were trying to, we are on a budget. Like, we're not made of money.
Okay.
But
Okay. How much you pay for the cake, by the way?
$75.
The cake was $75?
Yes, which I thought. I mean, I'm not an expert in
It's a
booking
rental. Okay,
cakes,
fine.
yeah.
So she was really the expense for the performance?
Yes.
Okay. So you're saying that you couldn't see the cake if it was on the floor, so it was y'all's idea, you and the bachelor's idea, I guess? Whose idea was it actually to?
Well, so the bachelor wasn't there yet. So the idea was that it was going to
So
be
is
a
this a surprise party?
Well, not a surprise party so much as we wanted to have it all set up and he would
Okay.
arrive. So he knew there was a party happening.
Okay.
He did not know about the cake.
So that part was a surprise?
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
cool.
And so he was the call time here is 10 because he was going to show up at 10.
Okay.
Ideally, we would have had those 30 minutes to practice,
If she had
figure
been
out
on
the logistics.
time.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which did not happen. And so.
Why weren't you on time?
Car accident, three car pile up.
Okay,
on the way
traffic.
home. Yeah.
Okay.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
What ultimately was the injury, ma'am?
I had a fractured ankle after.
Goodness.
And later,
The last time he broke a bone, I had to take out a loan just to pay to get his surgery because he broke his wrist.
Sounds very dangerous,
Yeah,
sir.
it's a very dangerous sport.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Stacy Powers, who blames Mark Frank for a bachelor party injury.
So anyways, you decide to put the cake on a table, I suppose, or what happens? Were you
Yeah,
with me?
so me and a couple of my buddies, we put the cake up when she was inside of it on the coffee table.
And
then
didn't tell her that, though.
we did not explicitly say you're going on the coffee table. I assume she knows what it feels like to be lifted up. We've all been
So
on
that was
elevators.
like a surprise lift?
Yeah, it was a surprise lift.
Surprise lift, okay. What ultimately was the injury, ma'am?
I had a fractured ankle after.
Goodness. And why don't you think you should have to pay, since you were the one with the bright idea for the surprise lift, sir?
Well, nowhere in the contract does it say I'd be responsible for medical bills or any personal expenses.
Well, personal expenses. I don't know that a medical bill is a personal expense, sir. Let's go back to this indemnification clause here. It actually says that you agree, sir, to hold her harmless against all claims, damages, and liabilities.
We do have video of it. It was a pretty.
Oh, we have video?
We do have video, yes.
Well, then let's not argue about it, sir. Let's just watch the video. Okay. This helps. Oh, not the slow-mo. So what about that you saw was her being negligent?
Well, she didn't stand up, look around, see where she was.
Now, come on.
She just put her leg through the
No,
cake.
no, Mr. Frank, knock it off. Mr. Frank, you're gonna have to knock it off. Because the courtroom is erupting in laughter because you know that's not how this goes. She's trying to perform. She's in performance mode. She's done this several times. How many cakes have you jumped out of, ma'am?
At least 10, and to be honest, Your Honor, I usually have some gentlemen help me out, and none of them
Yes,
did.
and you probably are not lifted a foot and a half off the ground to your surprise. So I would say based off what I saw, Mr. Frank, she's exercising reasonable due care and diligence. And I don't know exactly what you expected her to do to avoid this accident.
I mean, with respect, Your Honor, I would think someone who's jumped out of 10 cakes would know how to negotiate that distance.
Okay, I see that's your story, you sticking to it?
That was my expectation.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, well, this is very interesting. One more time, just so everybody's clear on what I'm reading here. The client, Mr. Frank, agrees to indemnify and hold her harmless against any and all claims, damages, liabilities, and expenses arising from your actions of negligence, okay, except, as you pointed out, where such claim arises from her own gross negligence. I don't see any gross negligence by the plaintiff, sir, nor do I see any willful misconduct. What I do see is some level of negligence on your part by failing to tell this woman who's about to jump out of a very fragile, small, undersized cake, almost blind, if you will, okay? There's no assistance. She's right about that. Now, one of y'all held out a hand even for her to hold, so to catch her fall. You didn't.
Which also would have been part of the, if we had discussed it beforehand, rehearsed, practiced, something like that.
Okay, right. So now two sides of that. I agree, she was late. that infringed on some ability for y'all to workshop, pre-plan, and rehearse. But just because she's late, sir, doesn't mean we hit her with a surprise attack. And then everything that happens after that fault, she's solely responsible for. No. At that point, you too could have made some modifications. You could have decided, hey, the cake would be better seen on the coffee table, but we didn't get to discuss that. We didn't get to plan or practice that. So maybe it's gonna be a compromised view of the cake on the ground where this young lady would have had a better shot at not fracturing her own ankle. Speaking of, how's the ankle feeling, ma'am?
It's better now. I'm able to actually stand and walk on it.
And you know, to be honest with you, sir, she could have come up in here and hit you over the head with some lost wage damages for other jobs that she was unable to fulfill as she recovered from the ankle injury. Quiet. Nothing to say on that one. Okay, very interesting. Well, I do think I've heard enough and I'm ready to make a ruling. This court finds that the plaintiff, although late, and traffic is not a good excuse. We live in big cities, ma'am. Traffic is an ongoing, constant thing. If you got to get to work at 9:30, get to work at 9:30, ma'am. But despite your tardiness, I do believe that you made a good faith effort to perform as the scope of contract indicated. Looks like you absolutely put everything you had into jumping out of that cake. And but for the unfortunate accident, I believe she would have danced for the 45 minutes and you would have had a fulfilled, fun evening. Because of your negligence, sir, and your failure to communicate to this performer who was going to be the one in the precarious position what was going to be at play and what she needed to plan for in terms of protecting herself physically, I'm going to hold you liable for that, sir. The court rules in favor of the plaintiff for the full amount asked. Her outstanding wage of $150 and her medical bills of $225, grand total of $825 to the plaintiff. That's my ruling.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $825.
Any final thoughts?
No.
Any final thoughts, sir?
No.
You've had your day in court. Please grab your belongings and follow me.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
Our son has been doing this motocross bike riding thing for like 10 years.
And it's a competitive sport, I'm here.
It's a competitive sport, but he has broken 8 bones.
This is Equal Justice. James Peterson claims he spent thousands on a motocross bike for his son's high school graduation gift, but his ex refused to chip in. Tanya Hammonds says her ex demanded nearly $2,000 and she just didn't have that much to give.
Mr. Peterson, you are suing Ms. Hammonds for $1,650. What brings you to court today, sir?
Our youngest son, Matt, has just graduated high school, and he's been in motocross since 10. I got the idea that I want him to have the best and be the best in this sport, and he's competed for years. And I found the perfect bike for him. It's his favorite color, lime green. It's a good price.
What's a good price?
The price is
$7,650, Your Honor.
Sounds like Ms. Hammonds disagrees that it was a good price.
Disagrees wholeheartedly.
Do you have a photo of the bike?
I do. I have
Give me the folder, sir. Give me the whole folder.
All evidence is right here.
So we can see exactly what we're talking about here. Thank you, sir. And you're saying your son, who is now 18, you wanted to gift him this bike as a high school graduation gift.
That's correct.
And Ms. Hammond, where do you come into this?
My ex here, he has this idea that he needs to buy our son this bike. Our son has been doing this motocross bike riding thing for like 10 years.
And it's a competitive sport, I'm hearing.
It's a competitive sport, but he has broken 8 bones. The last time he broke a bone, I had to take out a loan just to pay to get his surgery, because he broke his wrist.
Sounds very dangerous,
Yeah,
sir.
it's a very dangerous sport. I don't think it's a good sport for him.
You sound like you're very concerned on behalf of your son.
I'm very concerned, and I'm really frustrated because he made this decision without even speaking to me.
So it's purchased?
Yes, it is purchased.
This is the actual
I took my
bike.
whole tax return to buy that bike.
What is normally the standard?
Normally the standard is a gift maybe around $200 or something like that, a party and stuff like that.
How much did he ask you for?
$1,650.
Oh, so and you said at that time, I don't have it.
I told him at that time, I don't have it. I told him it's a very
That's not
expensive
true.
gift.
What did she say, according to you, sir?
She has a whole new husband that she's been
Don't
with.
count her husband money.
And
Don't count and were you her husband?
No,
so I
I
want you to
wasn't.
not even say, just when it come out your throat.
I'm here to win the case,
just
not
put
an
it right
argument.
back in.
Okay, I got
Just put
it.
it right, swallow it. Put it right back down. Okay.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
The woman is telling you what it is, sir.
Instead of just saying,
'Cause she's already
let's
paying
sit down
better-
and come
No.
up with a better number.
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with a case of James Peterson, who is fighting with Tanya Hammonds over the cost of their son's graduation gift.
I do have these text messages. Okay, so
We
let's see if we
discussed
can
it.
find out. You say, James, you know I'd love to get Matt a gift, but this is expensive. You, sir, say, you said you chip in $100 a month, he's graduating once and deserves it. Yes, I know, but figuring out finances first, which is what you say. Okay, great, picked up the dirt bike, he's gonna lose it when he sees it. Your part, sir, come on.
You see,
And
like
then you go
right after.
Yeah, you go straight to your part.
If she agreed to it, I'm
But
standing
you're
on
not showing me where
topic.
she agreed to it.
This was a verbal conversation. I don't have a microphone on me at 24/7.
Well, that's isn't that unfortunate for you, sir?
It appears to be.
Very, very unfortunate, very inconvenient. She said I'd try to figure it out. That doesn't mean I can magically pay this off.
But the
I'm
thing is,
stressed. The woman is telling you what it is, sir.
instead of just saying,
'Cause she's already
let's
paying
sit down
better-
and come
No.
up with a better number.
Mr. Peterson, what she is telling you is part of the reason she ain't got it, which she doesn't owe you an accounting, by the way, because you're not her what? Don't say it. Part of the reason is because she's busy paying off medical bills. You're showing the court this is some of the medical injuries you had to pay for?
Yes, that's the last one where he broke his wrist. That's the one that I had to
literally
take
broke his
out.
wrist.
Yeah.
Do you not have any concerns about the safety, sir?
You have to break eggs to make omelets. Even Michael Jordan broke his foot.
Okay, I see.
It
where
doesn't matter. You know, if he played
He's
football, it would be a different injury.
unreasonable.
Matt is 18 now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So at this point, the good news is it's not even for y'all to decide. He's a brand new young man, adult. He gets to decide for himself if he wants to continue to assume this type of risk.
Judge Eboni's verdict when Equal Justice returns. This is Equal Justice.
You made the decision to pay for the medical bills, take out the loans. Nobody made you do that, so you are going to have to carry those. But certainly nobody made you go get a $7,000 some odd dollar bike. But listen, that's your son. If you want to do it, you do it.
I want the best for him.
But what I'm not going to allow you to do, sir, is now unilaterally hold this woman accountable. Don't go like that. The court rules in favor of the defendant in full. The plaintiff's claim is dismissed. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I wish y'all well. Figure it out. Don't you say that word. That's my ruling.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
I'm just glad that the judge saw it my way. She saw that I had nothing to do with this ridiculous purchase and I didn't deserve to have to pay for it.
I'm happy with this result. I respect it, but reality was different. And
Okay. You've had your day in court. Please follow me. Ladies first.
That's right.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.